Action. Saley, how you doing back there? Good. Okay. So today is Sunday, February 11th. In Core Resource Center, we got Naomi, Saley.
Please
in the
proceed to the highlighted route. Then the route guidance will start.
We're doing our first physical outreach. We did a lot of social media posting, and we got interviewed by online news broadcasters, so that was effective. We got like tons of calls yesterday. So this is our first official outreach to the community. We just left the office. We're on the way to Lawrenceville to a church. Is the congregation? Congregation is a mixture of immigrants.
In 0.1 mile, turn slight right onto Highway 85.
So I've never been to this place before. That's why we're using the GPS to help us take us there. Naomi, can you say something while I'm looking for the road? Am I going the right direction? These guys are driving so fast. Good. Tell the camera. We don't have audio. This is not live, so we're gonna edit like the part that we messed up.
Turn slight right onto Highway 85.
Tell them a little bit about our National U.S. Citizenship Campaign. Like what is it? Why are we doing it? And who's gonna benefit?
We're trying to help 300 people become U.S. citizens.
You gotta be louder.
Trying to help 300 people become U.S. citizens. It doesn't matter what state they're in. We could communicate with them through email and mail correspondence. So we're doing outreach right now to try to target more green card holders who want to become U.S. citizens. And we're doing the preparation for free.
So this outreach, just to add on to what she's saying, these are local people in Georgia. So again, the word national, that's the whole entire country. I'm excited, even though we have no funding for this program, to be honest, we're at the negative, because there's a lot of legal training that Naomi and I went to. She paid out of her own pocket. I paid out of my own pocket thousands of dollars. And they require us to have technical legal support, which costs $1,000 subscription. And the program that we're using is, is $1,000+ subscription annually. So we're actually in the negative, but regardless, these ladies are not money driven. They're more passion and driven. So that's why it works. If it's all about the money, there's no money right now. So hopefully, through the work that we do, we pursue our passion, and the money will follow. That's my hope and my prayer. We're doing tremendous work for the community, not just locally but nationally. So hopefully the money will follow. Hopefully people out there will see what we do, and hopefully the foundation will see what we do. And I hope that we could continue the program with the help of foundation funding and corporate funding, in the near future, because we can't sustain this without funding. Even though it's a charity work, anything that you do will require time, energy, and money, regardless what you're trying to do. So I'm putting the 3 T's in there. So I'm investing my talent in this, my own treasure, and then my talent. Did I say talent already? Talent, time, and treasure. So I'm putting all 3 into this. Hopefully, it'll be fruitful. Hopefully, I'm grooming Naomi to be future leader. So hopefully she could carry on the baton. Is it baton, or how do you pronounce it? And then you carry on the torch.
I think that's a torch.
Torch? Oh, what's
Yeah.
baton then? Is that the one they used to beat up you? Is that the one? The billy club?
The baton is when the girls dance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not doing that. The torch. We're not playing with baton here. That's my bad. And Saley, you're the newest kid on the block, the newest member to ARC. You've been with us. You interned with us during the summer, and now you're here with us full time. Tell our viewer what kind of people that have been calling in, like where they from, and what were their requests for our service.
Yeah,
You'll be loud.
Yeah, we have a lot of people calling from different states like Alabama, Kentucky, South Carolina, California, Washington DC, New York, New Jersey. Yeah, a lot more. And they always like ask because some people like they want to become a citizen but they don't know English, or they have a parents or friend and they want to apply. However, they don't have computer skill or English skill. It's very hard. So after they saw us on Facebook and they contact us every day and asking for help. And also the local people here in Georgia, they ask for citizen, green card, and for Medicaid, Medicare, food stamp. We do all this kind of service to help the people to improve their living condition in here in U.S.
Yeah. So as you can see, we're not making up all these states and all that because we are getting people from different states. So, like I said, I'm excited. This is nationwide, and we're helping people get their citizenship. If they qualify. Not everybody will qualify. We do have to filter them out through red flag screening. If they do have certain conviction, they cannot apply, and we want to be able to tell them that because we are authorized to give legal advice in terms of immigration matters. So, and some people have like a shoplifting charge. That's a misdemeanor. That's not a major crime, but in immigration law, that's deportable. So domestic violence, that's a battery. That's a misdemeanor. That's a deportable. Numerous DUI, you're a drunken person, a habitual drunken, you can't apply. So there's a lot of stuff that a possession of a less than an ounce, that's a misdemeanor. It's not a big thing. In immigration, that's deportable. So a lot of people don't know about this, and they just filling out the form and turning in, which create two issues. Number one, they waste their money because the filing fee as of right now, as of today, is $7.25. So if they don't know what they're doing and they're turning in, they're wasting their money. And number two, they're wasting their time because it takes time to put the application together, collecting all the document, and it takes time for them to study and then get fingerprinted, go to the interview, and even though they pass the interview, they might not get invited to go to the oath ceremony because and they're not going to tell you in your face, oh sorry, they don't want you to have emotional like outbursts or anything like that. So what they say, okay, we'll send you a letter, so you're walking out there all happy, celebrating, and at the end of the day, you wasted money and time. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to prevent that from happening, number one. Number two, people, especially the Cambodian community, it's also in Hispanic, they're being deported for crime that they committed like 20 years ago. So, we can't go back to the past and change things. So what we could do is study what's going on and why is this happening. And so we're putting this program together so we could prevent future deportations, because a lot of people that comes to our program, they've been hanging on to the green card for like 30 plus years, and I don't know why they're not moving forward with citizenship. And we're here to help, and the citizenship program is free. That's what we do at the center. But we can't help them unless they step forward, they need to help us help them. If they don't make the time for it, we can't force anybody to do anything that they don't want to. But the longer they wait, the higher the chance that they might catch a case, and it's hard to clear out the case. You got to hire a criminal attorney, you got to hire some big shot stuff to get your case overturned, dismissed, or expunged. So it could become costly if they postpone the application process. And so we know that, we take all that in consideration. So what we're trying to do here is to prevent future family separations, future deportations, because you never know, like you go to party, you just want one glass of wine away from a DUI, and 3 strike you out, so it could happen to anybody. And sometimes, your kid might piss you off. You might lay your hand on them, pull up the switch. Is called switcher. What is it called? The thing the parents use to whip their kids. Huh? The belt? The belt? Yeah, the belt. So if you if you're in that situation, I know you mean good, but that could open a can of worms, because some kids, they have no respect for their parents. They talk back, they beat their parents and stuff like that. Oh no, this is ridiculous. But and sometimes because you have good intention for them, and you want them to walk a straight path. You want them to do good in school. You want them to hang with a good crowd, because it takes a lot. You need to carry this kid, especially the mother, for 9 months, deliver them, feeding them. It costs so much money and energy to raise a kid. And once they step out of line, you gotta whip them back in line. But that's against the law. If you leave a bruise on a kid, that's assault and battery. And if you're convicted of child cruelty, that's it. Even though your intention was good, the law is the law. You lay a hand on anybody without their permission, that's battery. So stuff like that. Stuff like innocent. Even though your intentions were good, but that and we have a few cases like that too, and there's nothing we can do about it. That's too late for them. The ship has sailed, right? Is that how they say it? Yeah, the ship has sailed for. I can't say it. The ship has sailed for them, right? So right now we're on the freeway on Sunday for almost 5 o'clock, and there's a traffic. It's just great. And I thought people staying at home, but where are they going on Sunday?
I think there's an accident.
Oh, there's an accident? Okay. So, Naomi, tell us a little bit about your passion. What make you tick, and what you're working on. I know you're keeping your ear close to the ground. To the street regarding the DECA and the DREAM Act and the filibuster and all that. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been researching and what you've been thinking about? It's a bit loud.
I'm actually a dreamer myself. I came to the United States when I was 2 years old. So immigrant rights and helping and empowering the immigrant community has always been a passion of mine, because it directly affects me. Right now, I'm closely watching what's going on regarding the DREAM Act in Congress. It wasn't passed on February 8th, which was supposed to be voted on again, But you know, I'm keeping hopeful to see if they pass it or not.
What's the status in Congress, like regarding what Trump's want and what Congress is willing to do, and what's the Democrat, demands?
Congress, well, Speaker of the House Paul Ryan, he's not letting them vote on anything unless he thinks Trump would sign the bill. But Trump has voiced that he does support. He would sign a bill with the Dream Act on it, so long as he has like his funding for his wall, and then cutting family reunification or chain migration. So he wants to cut immigration in half and funding for the wall, and then he'll sign the Dream Act.
So, just to add on what you were saying, that's politics. It's all about, give me what I want, I give you what you want. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. So, right now couldn't be a better time for our work, because we're, like she said, we're passionate about the immigrant community, and right now they need us more than ever because of what's going on at the national level. And speaking of that, that's one of the bill that we're eyeballing, the Senate Bill 245, or what's the number? The one that's RISE Act.
Yeah, the RAISE Act.
The RAISE Act.
They want to cut immigration in half, which means you can't petition your brothers and sisters or your parents, just immediate family members, which, that would affect people reunifying their families.
Because, like Naomi said, Trump wants his funding, and he wants to change migration. And change migration is related to the RISE Act, right? The RAISE Act or RISE Act? Katie,
It's the RAISE Act.
RAISE Act. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about change migration. What is that about? What's, people that don't know what the terminology means.
I guess the most politically correct word instead of chain migration would be family reunification. And that means that, you petition, if you're a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you're petitioning your family members to come live with you in the United States. And basically that bill, the RAISE Act, they want to stop people from doing that. So they were requiring that if you do want to bring certain family members, they have to have high level education, a high level education. So they don't, and they have to speak English. So that would be a lot harder for people to bring their family members here, because many of them aren't going to meet those requirements.
So there you have it. He's gonna sign his Dream Act if he could eliminate change migration, and part of that Senate bill is to cut legal migration and this is not illegal. This is legal migration. This is people's rights to petition their family, their loved one, and their siblings. So meaning that he wants no more diversity visa. Because I think in Georgia, that I know of, there's about 10 families that I know of that won the diversity visa lottery, and their whole family came. So once this program is eliminated, they can no longer migrate to the U.S. through that program. So that potentially might be out the door. Number two, like she said, if your parents can't speak a lick of English and they don't have any special skills, they can't come. He wants smart people. There's a pro and con to that argument, but this is what he wants. Since he's in power, he could dictate what he wants. But it'll affect our work, and it'll affect our immigrants community, because the whole premise of what we do is to unify family. Can I get one? That looks good. you don't mind me snacking because I haven't had my lunch yet. So they want like people like PhD, researcher, programmer, IT people, Silicon Valley kind of people. And you know, like not the average immigrant's parents or skillful like that. So yeah, if it passed, you know, he's gonna cut half. So and that's to us, it's not right because we're all about family unity, family unification, and that means they're not gonna be able to be united with their family, you know. So let's say, for example, the parents, you know, is getting older in the country, and let's say, for example, myself, I want to petition them to come live with me in the U.S. and I'm able to provide them. I mean, they're not going to be a public charge, and all we want is for them to come spend their remaining years with their grandkids, you know, my kids, and that won't happen because they don't speak a lick of English, you know. So that's going to be extremely painful for a certain family. And some family, you know, they need their parents to come watch their kids while they go work, you know, while they go earn gainful employment, you know, pay taxes, and you know, be productive citizen. But they can't do it when they have to pay child care, babysitter, and all that, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't cost much. If the parents come, you know, I mean, the most it cost them is like probably $500 because the house is paid. I mean, they're living with them, they eat with them, you know, medical bill here and there. So I think it's more cost effective for the grandparents. And plus, statistics shows that when the kids live with their grandparents, they tend to be more rounded, I mean, that's what I was told, you know, I mean, I read it somewhere, I forgot. Because actually, across the board, the grandparents love their grandkid more than the parent does. So I don't know how they did that study, but that was the result. So the grandparents actually gives more love to their grandchildren than the parents to the kid. Overall, you know, I mean, this is not a specific case or anything. This is like overall in general. So, you know, it could be a positive thing, you know. I mean, the parents too busy, they won't be able to spend time with the kids. So if the grandparent steps in, teach them the value, teach them their native language. So, I mean, the upside is there. So, but once change migration or family unification is stopped, that will interrupt the culture and you know, the family generation gap, you know. So that's my thought on it. Anything else you want to add? Saley, you sleeping over there? Wake up. We can hear you snore.